Hello everyone. Today we have before us Mr. Srinivasan sir, who is having immense experience in teaching to several students of CA course. He has taught at all the levels of CA course, from CA Foundation to CA Inter to CA Final. So he has immense experience in CA teaching field, and today he is before us to share his experiences regarding the CA course. Good evening, Srinivasan sir.
Good evening, sir. Chandrasekhar sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, sir. In your experience, you please share with us. The first thing what I wanted to ask you is, many students feel that CA course is a very tough course. So, what is your opinion on that, and in what way you want to guide the students regarding that? Is it really tough compared to IIT, medicine, and all other courses? Is CA course really a hard nut to crack, sir?
First, I will tell you the reason why most of the students who have joined the CA course have come to a conclusion that this is a tough course. The reason for that is CA, in all the 3 levels of examination, starting from foundation to the next level intermediate to the last level final, these 3 levels of examination is a mental game. It's a mind game. More than an examination, it is a mental or a mind game. Why I say it is a mental or a mind game is that it is a combination of course, knowledge. You have to study for the exam. If you take the case of other examinations, it will be enough if you study for the examination. Somehow you learn the subject, you can crack it. But here, study, which will lead you to knowledge, is only one of the aspects of the CA examination system. Apart from knowledge, the examiner is also focusing on presentation. Presentation. This is a world where you have to showcase your knowledge. It is not enough if you have knowledge. You should, in those 3 hours, communicate with the examiner that I have the knowledge through your presentation. And you should communicate with the examiner that you have perfectly understood the question. Perfectly understood the question. For example, when I was doing intermediate, my second language was Sanskrit, and nothing was taught in Sanskrit. Nothing was learnt in Sanskrit. We had a syllabus called Raghuvamsa by Kalidasa. Raghuvamsa by Kalidasa. All we were told by the Sanskrit lecturer is, you know how to read Hindi? Yes, sir. That's all. Hindi is Sanskrit. If you find in the question either the word Raghuvamsa or Kalidasa, simply write whatever you know about Kalidasa's Raghuvamsa. It made my task very easy. My answer was ready, irrespective of the question. My answer was ready, irrespective of the question. No matter what he is asking, I am going to write about Kalidasa's Raghuvamsa. And I got 98 or 99 out of 100 in my Sanskrit by writing the exam in English. That is not the case with CA exam. You should have knowledge of the subject. 2, you should know how to present your answer depending upon the understanding of the question. Your answer must relate to the question asked. There was one topic in our schooling days in English or Telugu or Hindi. It was called in English reference to the context. It was called reference to the context. You cannot write everything. You should write what the context demands. So, in CA exam, even though you have knowledge, even though you have presentation skills, you should tailor the answer to suit the question. That is where you will have to use your creativity and intelligence. So, it is not writing what you know. It is writing what the examiner wants you to write. Therefore, it's a mind game. It's a mental scheme where it's a combination of knowledge, presentation, understanding, creativity, intelligence. Now, you may ask, why do you now say it is tough? Because in his entire life, the student who comes to CA course has never been exposed to an exam like this. He has been used to a system which is simply, in our computer language, cut, copy, paste system. In fact, there is a book called All-in-One. You don't even have to go to school. You don't even have to listen to the lecturer or teacher. You have to sit at home and learn the question and learn the answer. Learn the question, learn the answer. This has been the system to which the students have been habituated. The students have been habituated to, see, I will tell you something. There are some students who don't even read the question properly. They read the first word of the question. They know what the question is. And they also know how many lines are there in the answer in the all-in-one book. So, they have, see, that is not blame the students. They have never been exposed to an examination under this pattern. So, suddenly coming out of a cut, paste, copy system or cut, copy, paste system like SSC, Board of Intermediate or degree, they are totally unaware. So here what they think, like I told you, if I see Kalidasa, I will write Raghuvamsa. If I see Raghuvamsa, I will write about Kalidasa. In any case, I'm going to write about Kalidasa. So first we have to educate the, see, students, they are very good, sir. Students are very good. We should tell them, you are a poet. Of course, you are a poet. But you cannot write the poetry that you want to write. You should write the poetry which the producer and the director want you to write for the situation. So once when I told this in the classroom, they were very happy. I told, see, a hero is a drunkard. So, hero is a drunkard. What song will you sing? I asked. Immediately one boy told me, I will sing Jagame Maya, Bharat Ke Maya. I told, I have not even given you the situation. I only told you that the hero is a drunkard, and you are immediately singing the song which you know without waiting for me to complete the question. That is your problem. Why don't you listen to me carefully? Why don't you listen? So understand the question and write your poetry, write your presentation, write your answer using your creativity, using your intelligence according to the situation demanded by the question. So when I told that, people understood a little bit. The reason why students feel that the course is tough is students are totally unprepared for this kind of examination in their life. See, it is our duty to prepare them. It is our brief duty to prepare. See, we prepare our children to face the world. We prepare our soldiers to face a war. No matter how much of simulation you can give them, no matter how much of simulation you can give them, they have not faced any real war in their life. So you should tell them, you should prepare the simulation to a real war-like situation. And then when you prepare the students for what is in store for them in the main examination, of course, see, why I'm only asking you one doubt. When will you face difficulties in life? What is the meaning of difficulty in life? A situation which you have not encountered before. A situation which you have not encountered before. But for a person who has, see, it is like I went to my native place and I was sleeping. Something was crawling next to me. It was a snake. I caught up in a shock and I shouted, "Snake!" My cousin came and told, "Why are you shouting?" He simply took it in his hand and threw it away because it's a daily affair for him. For me, I have never. So he said, "No, that is not a snake which will bite. It's not a poisonous snake." See, for him, he's already prepared to face a snake. I have not even seen a snake in my life. So I think we all should make an effort to educate the student to prepare for what is in store for him in the main examination. So the main reason why students feel that the examination is difficult is they are not prepared for that system of examination, number one. And no matter whatever amount of preparation that a student has, the beauty of CA exam is like life. There is always the scope for a surprise element. There is always, see, life is not a straight line. Similarly, CA exam is not a straight line. It's like an ECG, electrocardiograph. Okay, it's like an ECG graph. So you should tell him. So what happens when you tell him, when you prepare him, when you simulate? Of course, he will be mentally 100% prepared for the examination, including the surprise element. Including the surprise element, we have to prepare mentally. And of course, academic through a lot of combinations. And when he goes to the main examination, when he is unprepared, when he starts reading the question paper, a lot of tense minutes are lost, which is very crucial. In a 3-hour examination, if the student is put off, if the student is shocked by the paper in the first 10-15 minutes, it is going to leave a lasting impression on him for the remaining part of the 3 hours. It will also damage his confidence for the upcoming examinations. So we have to prepare him to expect the unexpected. We have to prepare him to be prepared for the surprise element. We have to prepare him to be ready with the shock absorber. So you told me, why are the students facing difficulties? There is one more. Actually, nobody goes, see, very few people go to the exam unprepared. Let us give it, let us ignore such people. Okay. Majority of the CA students, they don't come here to waste their time. Let us respect that they have paid money, they are joining institutes, they are prepared to read, they have knowledge, but they are not taught how to present that knowledge according to the given situation in the question. So that is catching them totally unawares. That is totally catching them unawares. Number one. So if they have knowledge, they are caught in an unexpected, peculiar, unanticipated situation. Again, it's a strain on their brain. And what is unexpected makes them make silly, nervous, anxious mistakes. And I think without missing anything, I have told you the reason why students feel generally that CA examination is tough.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. That's a fantastic answer. Sir, I want to ask you one more question. See, in your opinion, what are the basic qualifications or the requirements that a student who wants to pursue professional courses like CA and CME should have? What kind of traits they should exhibit to prove their mettle in the CA and CME examinations?
Absolutely. Now I told you the role of an institute, the role of the management, the role of the teaching faculty, the role of the non-teaching faculty plays a very major role in shaping a student to face the examination. So, in my personal opinion, which I learned through interaction with a lot of very big people in CA industry, most people think that if they buy a good book, if they buy a good material and prepare for the exam, they are sure to crack the examination, which is wrong. Even when I was a student, I had many gurus through textbooks. If you tell me auditing, which I was so fascinated, Kamal Gupta sir was my God. Law, N.D. Kapoor sir was my God. Shukla and Gravel was my God for accounts. So I thought if I buy that book, R.L. Gupta, Radhaswamy, if I buy that book, solve the problems, I can crack the exam. But when I went to the exam, the question asked was, of course, from the books that I have, but I did not know how to answer them. For example, when you go to a 3-star or a 5-star hotel and order a thali is a plate containing, see, a thali will contain everything, about 15 dishes, about 20 dishes, everything. I'm telling you again, you can ask, what is there? You can eat anything and finish up because you are paid for it. But that is not CA exam. CA exam expects you to have a method in eating and finishing that. That is the beauty of CA exam. So CA exam expects you, how is he going to choose his first item, second item, third item, last item. So CA Institute is now observing. I told you again, presentation. I told you again, creativity, understanding, intelligence, knowledge alone. So, sir, in my opinion, there are 4 steps to crack the CA exam at all the 3 levels. Number 1, material or book, whatever you can call it, material, textbook. That is only one aspect, sir. Number two, you should be guided in a subject by the right kind of faculty, because he will be sharing his knowledge with you. So your knowledge, your subject blended with the knowledge of a lecturer will add to the content of the material. Not enough. Not enough. I told you simulation. I told you simulation. He has to write 1 or 2 examinations every week in all the subjects, no matter how much preparation he has. No matter how much preparation he has. It is like watching a TV and learning cooking. It is like reading a book and learning cooking. But ultimately, if you want to swim, you have to dive into the water. If you want to swim, you have to dive into the water. Therefore, he has to be acclimatized, accustomed to writing regular, I would say 2 exams every week. There are 7 days in a week. On the first day and on the 4th day, on the first day, there are 7 days in a week. On the first day of the week is Sunday. On the 4th day, maybe Wednesday, something like that. Every day, every first day of the week, every 4th day of the week, relentlessly, he should be asked to write exams. How should the exams be conducted? In the same pattern in which the CA main examination is conducted. Without any deviation. Unscrupulously follow the methodology, follow the scheme, follow the pattern of the CA examination. So what happens? First exam, he will find difficulty. Second exam, he will find difficulty. Third examination, he will find difficulty. Fourth examination, some mental preparedness will come. Fifth examination, he is now beginning to expect it. Sixth, by the time he writes the main examination, supposing he writes some 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 examinations, he has got a real war-like situation simulation. So the third step that I want a student to undergo is writing regular exams. And the fourth step is the most important step. The examination written by a student must be properly valued, honestly valued. You should tell him on his face what he has done is wrong. See, you should be honest, brutally honest to the student. You should be telling the student, what are you thinking? What is asked? What are you writing? Initially, he will be disappointed, but slowly he will start learning. Sir, every setback will make him right. Every setback will push him into the correct path. So, there are 4 steps in his life to become a chartered accountant. Number 1, material. Number 2, teaching. Number 3, regular exams. Number 4, proper, honest valuation. And in all the exams that we conduct for a student, you should prepare him for the unexpected. You should prepare him for the peculiarity. You should prepare him for that surprise element in the main examination. Now, what will happen? Now, a real student will both be proactive and anticipatory. Both proactive and anticipatory, and he knows, oh, this is what is going to be life. This is what is going to be life. And I think if you ensure all the 4 aspects, only a professional can ensure that. Only a committed manager, only a committed person of the management can ensure all the 4 aspects of an individual. Once the word spreads out that this is what is required for a CA exam, this is what these people are giving us, this is what we can expect here, automatically word of mouth publicity will tell the students CA is not tough. We have approached it wrong and wrongly assumed and presumed it to be wrong, is my opinion.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, can you share some of your experiences? Because in your rich experience, you might have come across many students. So can you share some instances from your experience, how students have cracked their professional courses like CA and CMA, sir?
I will start my conversation with an inspirational story of a person who was born with some slight visual impairment. It was only slight visual impairment. When he was very young, it was not detected. But as he started going to school, he started experiencing more difficulty. And then he told his parents that I am not able to see properly. They said, no problem. We will take you to an ophthalmologist and maybe we can set your vision right. In his very young days, maybe third class or fourth class, the ophthalmologist diagnosed him as a person with a very rare eye disease, and he will soon become blind. And there is no cure for this blindness even today. Even today, with all the technology, doctors told him, and their parents assured the parents, but this person, he is Senagavarapu Anil Kumar. He is today a practicing chartered accountant. He lives in Nellore, and he is a partner in a CA firm in Tirupati, which is close by. He did his articleship in Tirupati, where his uncle is working. So he also has some tax audits in Machilipatnam. I have known him since 2000 as my student. He is a very good friend of mine. He understood that mere reading of the book will not make him a chartered accountant. What all we have discussed now, knowingly or unknowingly, he started implementing it in his student days. And of course, a blind student, he's totally blind today. When he started his 7th or 8th class, he became totally visually impaired. And he did not give up on it. He always was helped by a scribe. He cannot select the scribe. The person who will write the examination for him, is known as scribe. The person who writes the exam. And you know how the world is so brutal for that Anil Kumar. He cannot pick his scribe. When he was writing his CA foundation exam, they gave him a scribe who was doing some BPC or BZC in intermediate. That means a girl who does not even know ABCD of commerce course. And that person struggled because, she will read the paper. He has to understand. Now he has to tell her, dictate to her how to write left side debit, right side credit. He failed 1 or 2 times, and not because of lack of knowledge, but see, when we have everything, we fail. Of course, when he is suffering from a complete 100% visual impairment, then he cleared that, and then he cleared his intermediate group wise. He also cleared his final group wise. He is today a practicing chartered accountant. He will, wherever you ask him, he will tell, mere book reading is not sufficient. You should learn the subject properly through a proper institution. You should write regular examinations. You should accept the valuation given. You should accept your marks and find out how to come out of it, how to make the presentation better. So what else can I tell, sir, other than a man who's totally visually impaired, perhaps India's first totally blind chartered accountant. He is in practice. He is also very good investor in stock markets. And Mr. Anil Kumar has always been a soft corner for me. He is one of the best students. He is one of the best advertisements for ICAI. I don't know what ICAI will do about it, but I will tell the students who learn subjects from me, what are you talking? If Anil can do it, can you not do it? I am not degrading Anil. I am not demeaning Anil. When we have everything, without his visual ability, he followed the 4 steps, and with the help of a scribe who does not know ABCD, just imagine what kind of advanced accounting solutions he must have taught her. Okay, he was only given an additional half hour extra for his visual impairment in those days. Now he told me that, sir, they are giving more time. If they give it to me, I'll become a rank holder. He told me once, sir, if they give that time to me, I challenge, I'll become a rank holder, sir. That shows kudos to his positive energy. Mr. Sanagavarapu Anil Kumar of Nellore has been a wonderful advertisement for CS students, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir. That is a very inspiring conversation with you. You have shared many things out of your immense knowledge. Thank you once again, meeting you, Srinivasan, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.